I'm joined now by Chairman of the Caretaker Committee of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State, Tony Okocha. Thank you for joining us on the program this evening. What's happening now? We understand that your party has just gained 27 new members. How is the APC in Rivers reacting to this new development? Mr. Okocha, I'm asking how the APC in Rivers State is reacting to the defection of the 27 lawmakers today.
Oh, okay. Thank you for having me. My response to that is that it is heaven's gain. You know, when you lose somebody,
Go ahead, Mr. Okocha. I can
yes,
hear you.
I'm answering you. I'm saying to you that we have received them with so much happiness, with so much joy in our hearts. I mean, when the saints return back to their home, what will you do other than to rejoice? We have had today, as we speak, APC is in majority in the State House of Assembly. So, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello?
I can hear you, Mr. Okocha.
Hello?
I can hear you crystal clear. We'll probably work on that connection to connect with Mr. Okocha.
So APC is in majority in the House of Assembly, and it's a team worth celebrating. I mean, out of nothingness, out of the 32 seats initially, in the House of Assembly, we didn't have. Yeah, so we didn't have 8. Yes, please.
We'll probably get back to Mr.
Out of nothingness, you can now see that we have 27 out of 31. They were 32, but they lost one to death, and that one was buried on Saturday. So as we speak today, we have 27 out of 31, and it's not going to be a case of 16 greater than 19 that we used to have here in Nigeria. So
let's get back to Mr. Okocha. In the course of this program, I'm also joined by public affairs analyst Marvin Yobana. Mr. Yobana, thank you for joining us on the program. APC is saying it's huge gain to have the 27 lawmakers join them at this time. But what's the implication of this on the political situation in Rivers State as we know it?
Well, thank you very much for having me. Good evening, viewers. Like I keep saying that these are very interesting times in the politics of in Rivers State. It's unfortunate that democracy is being abused today as we speak, because these lawmakers were elected under a party platform. And if you look at the ballot paper, there is not a name of any individual that is written there. It is the logo and the name of the party that is ascribed clearly on the ballot paper. I'm not surprised. That is why the electorate in Rivers State in various constituencies have commenced the process of recalling those erring lawmakers who have turned democracy to an abuse of privileges. And they think it is a porridge feast that if they are not given what they want, they can turn left or turn right. What happens to party when we talk about party manifestos that they told us about, that the PDP is going to deliver on this, PDP is going to deliver on that? What happens to when people say that they have a program that they want to implement of the party? APC campaigned in Rivers State and they had candidates. Are they saying that these positions should be given back to those candidates who ran election under the APC? Or are they saying that the person who took second position should be handed over this thing? So this is an abuse of the electorate that actually voted them into power. And I think I'm not surprised that Rivers people are very, very dismayed with this careless and undemocratic attitude by these lawmakers. And I think that the National Assembly should do something about this erring thing before we turn democracy into something that is a gangsterism affair.
Let me get Mr.
uncalled for.
Okocha's response to this very quickly. Are you concerned, Mr. Okocha, about the implication of the numbers as they stand, 27 for the APC and 4 for the PDP? We understand the state governor just christened his 2024 budget, the budget of renewed hope. What is the fate of this document with the state assembly that now has the opposition as majority?
Well, until that document is presented to the Assembly and it is properly scrutinized by the Assembly, of course, passing through the proper legislative processes, it is still, for us, a tissue paper. Okay, so whatever it is that the governor had risen to office on the planks of continuity and consolidation. I'm shocked to hear that the budget today is about renewed hope and all of those. Well, fine. But I don't know what hope that is being renewed in Rivers State as we speak. Rivers State is in coma in terms of governance as we speak. What holds sway in Rivers State as I speak to you now is about wranglings, internal party wranglings, particularly of the PDP. You wake up this morning, you hear somebody proclaim himself the Speaker of the State House of Assembly. The other one proclaims himself the leader of the Assembly. And on both sides, is that what Rivers people elected these men into office to go and do? Governance has nosedived in Rivers State. The achievements of the past government, which we have thought, and then the governor had said that he was going to consolidate, and continue with, have completely nosedived. They are right now, as we speak to you, in ICU. Nothing is happening in Rivers State as we speak. There's no government in Rivers State and no governance in Rivers State. What is happening right now is that a group of persons only sit down there to begin to listen to the fifth columnist, people who will come and tell them, you are governor, your head is now bigger than your pillow. And that's what you get in government. Is that what we expect? Now, what the assembly members have done, I listened to my friend Marvin Yobana there. The issue of defection on the floor of the House is constitutional. It's not a coup d'etat. It's not a coup. It's constitutional. And the reason why, one major reason why people will defect on the floor of the House from a political party to the other one is to the extent that there is a crisis that has become irreconcilable. And that is what the case is in Rivers State, where you have two speakers, I don't know what that means, of the same House of Assembly. And these ones are at the background of the four is the governor who is supporting them. And if you were in the shoes of the 27, 4 persons on the other side of attempting to overrun you because they have executive support, you will not feel comfortable. That is the truth of the matter. Let's face facts. Right. The other fact is that we are talking about separation of power, checks and balances. The people have said that there's no government in the state, and that remaining in that party will, of course, get to the point of absolute nothingness, what the Latin man calls ex nihilo. And they are agreeing to go to a political party that will act as check and balance, so that Rivers will benefit from the dividends of democracy, so that we'll begin to see leadership and governance in Rivers State again. All right. I mean, we had a history. Just the last government, we had a history of infrastructural development in Rivers State. We had a history of human capital development in Rivers State. It was not for nothing that the former governor of the state, who is now minister of the Federal Capital Territory, was decorated with an award of infrastructural delivery in Nigeria.
Mr. Okocha, just give me a minute
we have
to
a problem
jump
as
in.
we speak in Rivers State. When my friend Marvin talks about democracy being threatened and gangsterism, I didn't even know how that happened. I don't know where he got to that conclusion, how he got to that conclusion. There is no such thing as we speak. What is happening is that people are beginning to see beyond.
Let me bring in Mr. Yobana quickly to react to some of the submissions that you have made. Do you agree with Mr. Okocha about the turns of events and his interpretation of things?
Well, Tony Okocha is my very good friend, like he said, and I respect him a lot. He has all the rights to be happy because he's the chairman of APC as we speak today. So for him, it's a win-win. But for us as Rivers people, it is a sad day for democracy in Rivers State. Why do I say that? What happens to the policies, the civil agreements that these legislators had with the electorate? What happened to the ballot paper, like I said before? What has happened to all this? So you just jettison it on the floor that you are jumping into APC. It is true that Rivers State adopted the renewed hope of Mr. President. That was a general thing of Rivers people to adopt the Mr. President as their presidential candidate, which was done across party lines. But these people stood election under a political party. Have they finished with all the internal party mechanisms for resolving conflict, if there's any conflict within the party? And for you to leave a party, you must clearly show that there's conflict, irreprehensible, or a conflict that cannot longer be fixed before you leave the party. It must be clear. You cannot just jump ship like that after deceiving the electorate to vote for you. This is what we are saying. It takes morality for people to know that they cannot do that. And I'm happy it's not every lawmaker that took to that. People who still have integrity stood their ground. It doesn't matter the inducement. It doesn't matter the threat. People should stand up for democracy. And that is what we do. Because if we continue like this, we'll turn this country to a banana republic, which is not so. I'm not against what Tony Okocha is saying, because Tony Okocha definitely should be happy. If I'm the chairman of APC, I'll also be clapping my hands and be happy that, yes, people are coming into your party. But how? Why don't you walk through the door? Why go through the window like a thief in the night?
You are probably not happy about this because you're not a member of the APC. But quickly, let me just
No, it's not about being a member of the APC. It's about Rivers people.
Exactly, but I was just referring to what you just said, that if you were the chairman of the APC, you also probably will be, nodding to the developments in Rivers. But let's get Mr. Okocha's response because we have to wrap this now. The APC is now majority in the State Assembly. What is the party going to do to revive governance in Rivers State, which you said has nosedived? These 25 lawmakers were attempting to impeach the governor in October. Is that something your party will support moving forward?
Well, I have said, and you and I know, that impeachment in a democratic setting is not the same as in militarism, where you have a coup d'etat. Okay, impeachment follows processes. So, assuming but not conceding that the assembly members will at any point consider the impeachment of the governor, Rivers people will know there will be processes that will be followed. And so it is just for me and for the ones I have spoken to, like my friend said, I'm just full of joy. My joy knows no bounds that we have harvested 27 out of 31. Okay, so what I'm going to say to you is that as far as the state is concerned, as far as Rivers State is concerned, I don't think that the reason why the assembly members are defected to the APC is because of they want to impeach the governor. No. It is because there's no government in the state, and I maintain that there is no government in this state. My friend Marvin would not be right to say that the state is sad, or there is sadness in Rivers State. No, he can say that they are sad as a political party, the PDP. They shot themselves on the foot, and they will never benefit from their stupidity. That is what it is. APC did. APC had that flaw at some point. That was the reason why PDP took over the realms of governance in Rivers State in 2014, 2015. Now it is their own turn. Okay? Crisis has grown to a irreconcilable level. And right. If a party has grown to, crisis has grown to a irreconcilable level, it is allowed in law, it is allowed in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that assembly members or legislators will defect to another
That's
party.
our time.
It's not
That's our
enough.
time, Mr. Okocha. A big thank you for joining us. I've been speaking with Chairman Caretaker Committee of the APC in Rivers State, alongside Public Affairs Analyst Marvin Yobana. Gentlemen, thank you for talking to us on Beyond 100 Days. Let's bring in Judio Logo, legal practitioner who's been following this conversation since we started. I asked you earlier what your interpretation of things are for the 27 lawmakers who have now left the PDP to the APC. What's the legality of this decision? You might have to unmute yourself, Mr. Logun.
Thank you. You know, they have prepared the ground for the action that happens today by disclosing that there are crises in the party PDP, and that was revealed in a way so that they can justify the steps they have taken. But let's go back in time. Recently, particularly towards the end of October 2023, 24 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly made an attempt to impeach Governor Kubara, and you recall that part of the House of Assembly was bombed. Until now, we have not unraveled the mystery behind that. And the former governor, Nyesom Wike, now a federal minister, were brought together for a resolution which appears not to have resolved the battle of power and authority. And right now, the smart approach that is being engaged is for these 27 members to defect to another political party, which puts the governor in a state we call political strandedness. Because definitely, when you talk about the engine room in a democratic setting, the House of Assembly is crucial. And they have the power as members of the House of Assembly to impeach the governor, legitimately so. And if that had been aborted, now they are migrating. Talking about moving to another party, I'm not surprised. We saw what happened during the last general elections in Nigeria, where former Governor Wike was strongly in support of the presidential candidate of another party, APC. And it became difficult for PDP to discipline him. And now he has been given a very influential appointment for what he did to support the president. And so some of us saw this coming because he has established himself as a political leader in Rivers State. And one of his complaints recently was the fact that the sitting governor is trying to dismantle his structure. You see, so now that out of 31 lawmakers in the state, 27 have migrated to another party. Then who are the members left to support the governor? So the governor should look forward to a tough time.
All right.
And some have insinuated that you may experience this in other states. Remember G5 during the last general election. So right now, we are back to what some of us have said, that the Nigerian democracy may be more colored with personal than with national interest.
I agree with you. It's a major twist to the political drama in Rivers. We'll continue this conversation some other time. Didio Logun, legal practitioner, thank you so much for talking to us on the program. There are lots of questions on the mind of people. Will Governor Fubara be impeached by an APC-dominated House of Assembly? Will his predecessor, the former governor of the state, Nyesom Wike, also decamp to the APC? And what is the fate of the 2024 800 billion naira budget of the Rivers State christened Budget of Renewed Hope with this very hostile House of Assembly? I guess time will tell how everything plays out. That's our program today. You can watch a repeat broadcast at midnight.